And I'm Kristen Lagana. Welcome to Anne Arundel County Week in Review. In this week's episode, we'll talk about the Lifeline 100 bike ride, and we'll try not to cry over Dave's wedding. Oh my God, it's happening. But first, making headlines this week. Tomorrow is the big day for Quiet Waters Park as Twist and Stout takes over with music, craft beers, wine, and food. The fun starts at 11 a.m. and goes all the way until 5 p.m. Tickets are only $40. Taking the stage will be Groove Spot Band and Saved by Zero. And Dave, of course, we will feature 16 craft breweries and wineries. Now, I did some homework and determined in my investigation that there will be 8 food trucks. Ooh. They include Blendable, Jam and Flava, which is a favorite of mine, Wingman, which sounds amazing, and Taste of Aloha. I guess you know which that'll be, like Hawaiian food.
Is that Hawaiian pizza?
Yep, maybe.
Pizza? Do you like pineapple pizza?
I love pineapple pizza. There are some people, shout out Danny Mays, that are very much.
Danny Mays, shout out. Nice reference.
Danny Mays.
Danny has not gotten a shout out in a while.
Danny Mays, I'm shouting out because he's a heavy advocate for people on an anti-pineapple pizza movement. Yes. He's constantly posting that.
Shout out to
But which one to try first? I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, we have some amazing news for you out of the Anne Arundel County Police Department. This week, Chief Tim Altamari and County Executive Steve Shue announced that we have arrested more than 70 gang members, most of whom are affiliated with the notorious MS-13 gang. The news came as officials announced a $550,000 grant from the state to fight gangs.
This state funding will help in our efforts to ensure that every Anne Arundel County citizen feels safe and secure in our streets and in their homes and places of work.
Can you believe those results?
No, that's incredible.
70?
Wow.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. It really is.
That's a lot.
So
70?
Altamari, shout out.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Good job, Chief.
Thank you.
Chief's the man.
Yeah, he is. Well, you might think that the Brooklyn Park Senior Center closing today for several months is bad, but it's actually not. The closure will make way for construction to renovate and expand the facility. The project will include renovation of 2,000 square feet of space, adding 3 new classroom activity spaces, and replacing a drafty reception area with electric sliding doors.
This expansion and refurbishment of the Brooklyn Park Senior Activity Center will greatly improve what is already a wonderful facility and one that is deeply loved by all of those who spend time here.
During construction, seniors will use the Pasadena and Pascal centers. The work is supposed to be completed by next summer.
Next spring, 2019, we are expected to see a wider Brooklyn Park Senior Center. And that is hardware. Okay? We have to work hard together to make a better quality software for ourselves. Thanks again, and we would like all together promise make a Brooklyn Park Senior Center is the best one in a county, in a state.
Now, this is the first capital project for a senior center since 2006, Dave.
Did you say electric slide?
Electric slide. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
It's electric.
You can do it.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we will talk to the incomparable John Corrin about the controversial Annapolis bike lane and the Lifeline Century Ride. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Well, welcome back. Joining us in studio this week, one of our favorites, John Corrin, bike guru. John, how you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you back.
I'm always happy to be here.
And we know what it means this time of year when you're here. Very special event coming up.
Yes, indeed. It's
And we're
hard to believe our 5th annual Lifeline 100 is
so
coming up
exciting.
October 7th.
And just for the folks out there, remind us what it is that you do, Bike AAA.
Yeah, so there's Bike AAA, which is Bicycle Advocates for Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. We're an all-volunteer 501c3 advocating for safe cycling, for transportation and recreation. And then we also have the Anne Arundel County Bicycle Advisory Commission, which County Exec Hsu created in 2015, and I chair that as well. That's a group that's comprised of about a dozen citizen reps from all over the county, north, south, east, west, and also reps from a variety of county departments, City of Annapolis, and State Highway Administration.
Just another way we're trying to get around in the county.
Yep. So tell us a little bit about Lifeline. How much does it cost? Can I still sign up? And what's it all about?
Yeah, Lifeline 100, this is our 5th year. It's an event that provides rides for every age and every ability. We're very proud of how inclusive it is. We have a free bike rodeo at Kinder Farm Park that day for kids 4 through 10. We have 15 and 30 mile rides that are entirely on paved trails. So for recreational riders, families, special needs riders, we have a big outreach program to bring riders with special needs, often who have special adaptive bikes, to come join the ride. And then for the avid cyclists, we have beautiful 65 and 100 mile tours of the county that go as far as Galesville, as far north as the airport, and then back to Kinder Farm Park.
And this is October 7th.
The event is on October 7th and Sunday morning, and you can sign up online. All the details, maps, routes, pictures, food, drink, and registration at lifeline100.com. You can sign up online up until Friday night before that weekend, October 5th, and then you can walk in and sign up at a slightly higher price on Saturday the 6th, or even Sunday morning. We'll be open 6:15 a.m. People can walk in.
For the ultimate procrastinator.
Absolutely.
Walk right in.
Absolutely. We keep the fees pretty low. They're as low as you'll find because we're mostly about attracting riders. We want to show a message to the community of all the joys and benefits of riding bikes. We host this every year as a partnership with Anne Arundel County Police and Anne Arundel County Rec and Parks.
Well, speaking of which, there's never a better time to call attention and get discussion about an important issue to you than a big controversy. And of course, I'm sure that you have your own thoughts. The city of Annapolis, the mayor decided to do an experiment and add this kind of mock-up bike trail that goes right down Main Street. It took out half the parking on one side of the street. And as always happens in our little nestled community of Annapolis, people lost it. So what's your kind of take on this?
Well, we work very closely with the city, just as we do with the county, to try to get more people out of their cars and either biking or walking to get around, to get to the store, to get to school, to get to work, to get to wherever they have to get to. We know that countywide and within the city, traffic is one of the biggest problems. And the best way, the least expensive way, the healthiest way, the most environmentally sensitive way to reduce traffic is to provide safe alternatives to automobiles. So if we can get a fraction of the population out of their cars and either biking or walking, there's a benefit even for the ones who continue to drive because there'll be just a little bit fewer cars on the road and a little fewer people looking for those precious parking spaces. So what Mayor Buckley did was try an experiment, and he talked about wanting to try changes like this in the city to put what's known as a protected bike lane down one side of Main Street. We have no protected bike lanes in the county currently. A protected bike lane is the best, safest, most comfortable way to provide a place for people to ride bikes in a roadway. It provides a physical separation between the cars and the bikes that physical separation can be a jersey wall, it can be a row of parked cars. In the case of this temporary lane, it's a row of flexi posts with a temporary curb, so it provides some separation. He also had a goal of giving people the experience of riding down Main Street so they can enjoy the view.
It's an
of
amazing
City
view.
Dock and the water. And if you haven't biked
And you don't
down the
notice it when
lane,
you're in a car. That's
bike
true.
down
Yeah.
the lane. It's
Yeah.
a shame for that view to be seen in your rear view mirror as
Yeah.
you leave the city.
Yeah.
So to me, I think of it as a demonstration project. This is what a protected lane in downtown Annapolis could be like. Is it the right thing? Will it become a permanent solution? We'll see, but let's try, let's learn, and then we'll work together to try to do something that works for everyone on a permanent basis.
And I use Main Street all the time, so I drive by this every single day. Sorry. This suit is just not going to work with a bike. I know. I'm trying to do better, John. I promise. But
He has been kayaking.
I have been kayaking.
In that
Kayaking.
suit?
And not in the suit.
That would be a sight.
I know. But I think the issue you're going to run into at the end of the day is we need Main Street to get places in a car. If you were to close, and I know the mayor's not saying he wants to do this, but if you were to close off Main Street to cars, there would be no way. If you're coming from Eastport, you'd have to go all the way around town to go. You couldn't go through. There's no other way. It's the only way.
Yeah, I haven't
So
heard any discussion of closing it entirely.
Oh, there has been. There has been.
Except possibly the way they do, how wildly successful West Street has been with the First Sunday Arts Festival. With
Also, the mayor's idea. In fairness.
Oh, look how
it's a great idea.
And look how wildly successful that's been. Look
Absolutely.
at Wednesday night dining under the stars. Close the road for a few hours,
Yeah.
and it's been wildly successful. So we've got to be willing to try things. Otherwise, we're paralyzed for fear of any change.
Sure.
It's also vitally important that we end up with a network. The current lane is a nice demonstration of what a lane could look like, but I think usage is not really going to be a fair test because it's not yet part of a full network that provides a safe, comfortable way to get to the top of the lane and a safe, comfortable way to ride someplace, either to Eastport or down King George Street towards the B&A Trail. But there's more than just Main Street right now. It actually starts up on Calvert Street,
Yep.
hooks around onto Church Circle.
A lot of new striping.
New striping, new
a new
approaches.
crosswalk, so I don't get hit by a car when I'm trying to walk across the
Absolutely.
street there.
Part of what we need to do, and this is where we need the county and the city working together. We want to take the Poplar Trail, which is a short trail that's parallel to West Street, and extend it at both ends. Extend it towards Church Circle to connect to downtown, and out at the other end where it currently ends at Admiral Drive. We want to take it all the way up to Route 2, and that's getting into county territory, where it can join the existing side path along Route 2 that goes from Parole Town Center under 50 over to the Anne Arundel Medical Center. So you can see as you start filling in these gaps, suddenly we have a network and people can get around. It would be awesome for people who live in Parole Town Center to safely and comfortably bike downtown, what is it, a mile and a half, instead of getting into their car.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you're also the chairman of the Bike Commission in addition to working on all of this. So tell us about some of your accomplishments over the past few years.
Yeah, we're very proud of the Bike Commission, and it's been held up as a model commission. In fact, we've had people from other commissions, from new commissions, come sit in our meetings just to see how we work.
Thanks to you,
Yeah.
Steve Shue, and
Shucks.
you,
Shucks.
but you do a lot. You work really hard. You do.
Kudos.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't make me blush.
Now prove it. What have you done?
So, the real measure of success for the Bike Commission is how much new bike infrastructure, trails, bike lanes on the road, how much connections between places, how much new infrastructure have we added, and how much is in the pipeline. We've added, and when I say we, it's not just the county. Some is by the city, some is by the county, some is by the state, some is by developers. We've added over 10 miles of safe places to bike since we launched the Bike Commission.
That's
in
fantastic.
That's awesome.
2016. And what's better is how much is in the pipeline. There is a record level of trail construction, design, and planning in Anne Arundel County right now, by far than ever in the history of the county. Most notable projects, the Broadneck Trail, which one day will connect Sandy Point State Park all the way to the B&A Trail. Phase 1 is done, Phase 2 in construction, Phase 3 in design. The South Shore Trail, which one day will connect Anne Arundel Medical Center all the way to Odenton. This has been on the planning books for about 30 years. Phase 1 is nearly done. People are using it. It is nearly done, just a few things being finished off. The Hiker-Biker Bridge over the Patuxent River that will connect Anne Arundel's WB&A Trail with the existing Prince George's County WB&A. They're staring at each other across the
Yeah.
Patuxent River. It's
In Kristen's Hood. That's
That's
a
right,
Kristen's
my old
hometown.
Design is underway, and grant funding is lined up for construction, so that is coming. Developers are adding trails. The Ridings, which is in Crownsville, developer put a trail in. Odenton Town Center Boulevard connects Odenton, Route 175, under 32, all the way to Blue Water Drive. Developers building a new road with a separate side path, a bike trail
Very cool.
alongside.
Exciting
So
stuff.
there is loads going on. We have Bike Share in Annapolis, just launched
Yes.
about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Bike Share.
Steve Shu, Gavin, lots of other folks were all there for the launch. But what's important to making Bike Share successful is we've got to give people safe, comfortable places to ride downtown. So you can see how all these things
Come
have
into
to work
play.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's always wonderful having you here, and I want to go over real quick just Lifeline 100 one more time for those folks that are interested. And anything new this year?
Yeah, there are a few new things that I
Yeah.
would like to mention. Thanks for asking, Kristen. We have always had a focus on outreach to riders with special needs, children, adults, anybody with any type of special needs. So, for example,
And you're raising money for that, too.
and we are. So there's a group called Recreation Deeds for
Deeds,
Special Needs, has always been a beneficiary of Lifeline 100. Last couple of years, we brought Rise for Autism in as
Yes.
a nonprofit partner. Last year, we provided funding to help support the I Can Ride Bike Camp, which Rise for Autism hosts at Old Mill High School each year for special needs riders to learn how to ride a two-wheeler. This year, we have a new nonprofit called V-Link, which is based in Baltimore. The executive director lives here in the county. They build specialized, custom, adaptive bikes for people with disabilities, for children in particular. V-Link will be there at Kinder Farm Park that day, and 9 county children will receive their special adaptive bikes at the park, at Lifeline, and then be able to ride in the bike rodeo with the other children.
That's incredible.
That's
We're
cool.
really
We're sending our cameras for
pleased
that.
to
Yes,
bring them on.
absolutely.
V-Link is also using Lifeline 100, and I encourage other nonprofits to think about this. Using Lifeline 100, as Rise for Autism does, as a fundraising platform. They are recruiting, they're hoping to bring about 50 people to participate in the ride and fundraise for V-Link. So here, everything...
And a lot of events don't let people do that, so that's
Yeah.
really
We
good of
love
you
it,
guys to do
especially
that.
when it's mission aligned. For us,
You
it
like
brings
more
riders
bike,
we
more
wouldn't
more
get.
riders.
Right.
For them, you don't have the hassle and the expense of putting an event on. It's all taken care of. The routes, the food, the permits, everything is taken care of. All they've got to do is recruit people who care about their cause.
Perfect.
We're also pleased to support. Every year we've supported the crisis response system.
Yes.
More important than ever this year, the opioid crisis, the work they did on the Capital Gazette. We ran a special this year during the month of August. We half the proceeds of our registration fees for August are going to the Capital Gazette Scholarship and Families Fund. So we'll be cutting checks for $1,600
Thank you for
this
that.
year for
That's
the
great.
Capital Gazette. They've been a wonderful partner for the cycling community, and we've just felt compelled to give back in some way.
Perfect. Well, we appreciate all you're doing. That's wonderful that you're doing that and working with
V-Link.
V-Link.
is the new group.
Yeah, and
V-L-I-N-C.
I'm sure there's folks out there that are interested in coming out, supporting and riding all levels, from the bike rodeo to the experts to John Corrin level. So
Which is
that's
the
over
stratosphere.
expert level,
Yes,
yeah.
keep in mind, this is not a ride just we call the spandex crowd. It's a fancy,
Anybody.
expensive ride. Bring your beach cruiser, bring
Yes.
your mountain bike, bring your tandem bike, bring your tag along with your child on the back, bring your trike.
Your
all,
trike.
all kinds of bikes, all kinds of riders, all
Love
kinds
it.
of clothing, every age, every ability. Come on out and participate.
Yeah, just come out
and
and
if you
be
don't
part of it.
participate, we could use a few volunteers.
Yes.
You can sign up for that too at lifeline100.com.
Lifeline100.com. John, thank you so much for being out here. We hope you'll come back soon. Give us another update on what's going on the bikes out
Thanks
in the
for
county.
inviting me. Come on out. You'll get a T-shirt just like this.
You want that t-shirt. We'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Welcome back. Not My Child presentations continue to touch every community in the county, and next month the team will be in Odenton. Michelle Corkadell has more. Michelle?
Thanks, guys. We have a lot to celebrate this fall. Amidst all the celebration of the back to school and all the hubbub of our fall sports and field hockey and football, it's important for our community to take a pause and to have a conversation about our opioid problems in our county. And one of our hosts of our Not My Child opioid prevention program this fall is Kingdom Celebration Center. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm here with Bishop Palmer and Priscilla, who runs the Teenage Summer Program. Thank you for joining us and hosting this important event.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming in. We desire to team up with anybody who's helping to just make a better society here, especially in West County. We like to be noticed as well that we're doing a great work. There's a lot of different organizations here that's actually helping to be able to meet the challenges of life here in our county.
So you work with our teens, and these are some of our most vulnerable folks as it relates to healthy lifestyles and that horrible, horrible disease known as addiction that afflicts. So not only are the teens struggling with addiction themselves in their environment through pressure of doing drugs, our gateway drugs like marijuana and the red Solo cup in the basement that all the parents are familiar with, but they also struggle sometimes with being a vulnerable family, and because our families also face that. Now you guys work with a lot of these families and you work with a lot of our youth. Can you just share with us the importance of bringing such a program to the youth in your congregation and your community in Odenton?
Well, I feel like the importance of it is that, number one, it lets them know that we care. And I feel like if teens realize that the community cares, organizations such as Kingdom Celebration Center and also the church, if they see that we care and we want to be involved with them, I feel like they will actually be attracted to the fact that we want to invest time in them. And it is very important that we pour into them, because a lot of them don't realize that we are relatable. They think because we're older, we're not relatable, but they forget that we were teens also. Yeah.
I know, I run into that from time to time with my children. Yes. So speaking of the children, I've got some wonderful youth ladies here joining us today. And if you guys would just take a minute and say your name, introduce yourself, and what's your favorite part of summer camp with Kingdom?
Victoria, my name is Victoria Monroe, and my favorite part is that we get to do a lot of activities here, and it's always fun every day. My name is Gabrielle Monroe, and the funnest part here is probably going on like field trips and seeing how the kids react to different things.
My name is Morgan Carcamo, and my favorite part would probably be the field trips too, because we go on a lot of fun things.
So it sounds like we've got a lot of good bonding going on. And now you guys are at a great year to start to think about your future. And part of that future is making healthy choices and decisions. And so Not My Child is a program designed for prevention to help start those conversations. So tell me, Bishop Palmer, I'm sure that you have worked with families on these struggles and challenges. Can you share a little bit about what this is going to do to bring to the table to enhance some of your programmatics and mission work?
Right, absolutely. Our whole goal is to make sure that no family is unaware of the problem that we have, the crisis that we have with opioids here in our county, and sometimes we forget that it can happen at any home and at any time. So we want parents and the children to be able to have knowledge of what's actually going on and how rapid it's increasing. And if we can help get a handle on it by bringing awareness, then we feel like we've done our job. We've made it a responsibility.
Well, responsibility indeed. So I look forward to joining you guys as your moderator. And the date is going to be October the 10th. And right next door at your congregation gathering place. And do you want to give us the address, perhaps?
Okay, Kingdom Celebration Center, 1350 Blair Drive, right here in Odenton, Maryland.
Okay, great. And we're going to get started at 6:30. We look forward to working with you guys, and we want to personally, on behalf of County Executive Shue, thank you for all the hard work that you guys are doing. And I look forward to seeing you guys on that's October the 10th at 6:30 here at the Kingdom Complex. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back to you.
Thanks, Michelle. These presentations are really making a difference in the fight against addiction. Don't you agree?
I do. I absolutely agree.
Well, we have a very big day this weekend. So consider this your last fling
What is
before
that?
the ring. It's my sash that I'm letting you
Wow,
borrow.
Kristen, thank you. That
Yes. And how are you feeling?
Bride
You
to
feeling
be.
feeling good?
I'm feeling excellent. I'm very
Awesome.
excited. I'm so lucky to have a wonderful woman like
Shout out Kat.
Allen,
Yes.
willing to not only take
Putting
my-
up with you
take
is a
my
full-time
name, but
job.
take all the other terrible
Yes,
things that come
yes.
along with it.
Yeah.
She's a great girl. I feel so super lucky, and I'm really excited. We're gonna have all our friends and family there, and it's gonna be a great time.
Yay!
Yes.
How are the dogs doing? Are they a little like, what's going on? Everybody's
So,
crazy right now.
We did discuss including the dogs in this.
Of course,
somehow,
they're
and
your babies.
And my first reaction was, our dogs are terrible.
Yeah.
Like, no.
No, I don't
like
think
they'll be sniffing everybody's stuff, and they'll be, getting into stuff. It's just, but we are including them in some way. I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
But we are including them in some way. I think we've come up with a lot of cool things that are uniquely us, that are a little quirky, a little different. Mm-hmm. But
Can't wait.
it's great. I'm very excited, and I'm overcome with emotion.
Can't wait to see it all. It's going to be a crazy weekend. I got you a little something. This is part of your gift.
Should I wear this when I walk down the aisle?
Yeah, you should. Actually, I would be willing to loan that to you.
Bride to be.
This is part of your and Kat's wedding gift. I didn't want to bring all of it today, but I wanted to get you excited for this. This is for your lovely new home.
Oh, darling, thank you so
And
much.
this is, shout out Kat, happy wedding day. Here's a little something to
And we are Maryland through
hang-
and through.
yes.
So thank you. That is awesome.
This is something to hang in your new house.
I saw that guy on Shark Tank last night.
Oh, he's awesome.
Did you know he was on Shark
Yeah,
Tank?
yeah.
Awesome.
Incredible.
So you didn't make that yourself?
Yeah, I totally made it myself. I took his class and made it myself.
That was so nice of you,
Yeah,
Kristen.
that's what
You
I
must have
did.
spent hours.
I spent so much time, but you and Kat are worth it.
Oh my God, thank you.
But seriously, happy wedding day
Thank
and
you.
congratulations
Thank you very
from
much.
all of us here at Week in Review.
Aw. Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archive episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by simply searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county. We'll see you next time.
Dun 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 dun.